Hey guys, it's Renee with Raw Branded, and today we are going to be doing some tech talk. I'm going to compare the Lenovo Yoga versus the HP Spectre. So you're probably wondering, why in the world did I get a new laptop? Well, I can tell you my last one died. I had a Dell that was really helpful and it was doing the job, but the thing decided to kick the can and die on me. So I needed something right away because, as you know, being a digital marketer, I do everything online and I needed to produce work. So I needed a new laptop and I was trying to figure out what to do. And in my mind, I knew what I wanted in terms of specs. It came to a battle between the HP Spectre, this laptop you're seeing right here, and the Lenovo Yoga. Yes, the Lenovo Yoga, which was so pretty. I loved it. I fell in love with it when I went into the store, went into Best Buy. It was a battle between the two laptops. I was torn, okay? I went back and forth between the two and other laptops as well, but I went back and forth between those two, and it took me another extra hour before I decided on picking one. So in case you're wondering the difference between the two different brands, they pretty much match up mano a mano. The two, if we were to battle the two, the HP Spectre versus the Lenovo, if we were to battle the two, they would come up to be comparable, right? There's not a huge difference between the two in terms of prices. The Spectre is just under $1,000 versus the Lenovo, which will take you about $1,100, so around that ballpark. So it's kind of comparable. It'll save you maybe $100 to get the Spectre at this point in time in which I'm doing the review. It'll save you $100. But they're both around the same in terms of the cost. Another factor when buying laptops, if you don't already know already, is to look at the processor, right? The CPU, the processor. How fast can the laptop churn out information? How fast can it run the different applications? What I found out is that both of them are using 8th generation Intel Core, I think it's i5, i7 processors, so they both have the same processor. It's the same for the two, so they match up again. In terms of the GPU or your graphics card, for both of them they have an integrated graphics card, so they're both integrated into the system. It's not a separate graphics card, which that was a tough call for me because I wanted a laptop that had a separate graphics card, and in case you're wondering why, if you have a separate graphics card, that's ideal for anyone who's a gamer or a graphic designer. That graphics card, having it separated, it makes it a little bit more of a more powerful machine. You know, your computer isn't sharing that space with doing the graphics and also processing everything else you got going on. So I wanted to separate church and state, but with these laptops, it was tough to get one that had the two that separated. You know, I'm not a gamer. Yes, I do edit videos. This would do the trick of doing videos and doing the Photoshop and having that capability. Which brings me to the point about RAM. Both laptops have about 16 gigabytes of RAM. So in terms of the memory, the brain power of the machine, the two, the Spectre versus the Lenovo Yoga, it's pretty comparable. They have the same thing, so once again they matched up. So it was tough to choose between the two. There are only a couple of things that differentiate the two from each other. For the Lenovo, the Yoga, it has a longer battery life. The company says that it has about 13 hours of battery life, versus the HP Spectre, where it's supposed to have about 9 hours of battery life. But honestly, having had the Spectre now, and I'm pretty sure this would probably happen with the Lenovo, because I'm doing a lot of different processes, I'm doing a lot of different things, I'm running at 15 million browsers, and I'm editing videos, and I have videos playing, and I got music, and I'm all sorts of schizo with how I'm managing things online, that it needs a lot of brain power, it needs a lot of RAM, it needs a computer that can handle that, and I found that these computers, or at least the Spectre, can handle it, but that does take a hit on your battery life. So at any point in time when I'm using it, it takes I'm using about 6 hours of battery life to do my work, so before it needs to be charged again. So that is something that you do need to think about while you are working on your laptop or any device that you're working on, is also the battery life. The other little differentiating factor is the weight. HP Spectre, which I'm holding up right now, is really light and very slim. You can see that here, it's very slim. It's a slightly bit slimmer and lighter than the Yoga, I would say. They're both pretty comparable in terms of the weight. The only thing is the Spectre is only like a teeny bit lighter than the Lenovo. Now, the other differentiating factor is that the Lenovo has a wider screen. So the screen is just a little bit bigger. It has less of the actual design itself. There's more screen visible on the Lenovo versus the Spectre. So that is a difference. You can see that a little bit. And in terms of the resolution, I would say, for myself, seeing it side by side, to my eyes, it seemed about the same. Other people online are saying that the Lenovo is a little bit more crisp than the Spectre is. That's your call. It would be good to see the two, stack them up and make the difference, but really I was okay with either one of them. For me, to make the call between the two, I hate to admit this, but it did come down to the design. It really did. I chose a laptop that I thought was kind of better looking, and although the Lenovo comes in different styles, you can get it in platinum and all sorts of other colors apparently. What I saw in the store from HP is that you can get the Spectre in what I loved, which is this like black and kind of like a rose goldy details that it has, which makes it so pretty. I know I feel horrible saying this, but because it's so pretty, I chose to go with it. I kind of fell in love with looks first. Yes, I would not advise you to fall in love with any types of technology based on the looks without knowing how it operates, you know. In terms of what would be the defining factors between the two, when all of the stats, all of the details, the specs match up mano a mano, and the challenge is tough, it came down to the style. And I chose the style of the HP Spectre. And that's saying a lot for me, who is a longtime Lenovo fan. So I decided to do something out of the box, as I typically do. And I went with the HP Spectre. So it's been about a month. I haven't been let down so far. This has been coming through for me. I've done a lot of video editing with this, just watching videos, just doing design work. Not heavy graphic design. I haven't ran maybe Photoshop and also done something like Premiere Pro or any kind of video editing software at the same time. So in terms of the processing and the RAM, I haven't had a problem. Although my old laptop, which was the Dell, and it was about to, I guess it just did too much. It was done with things. It kicked the can, but I used to run multiple things at the same time, and the specs weren't as high. I think it had maybe 8 gigs of RAM and not as high a quality of a processor as these laptops do. And it was still doing the trick. But it just so happens I did get the blue screen of death. I think it just had too much going on. I just kept pushing it, and it just couldn't take it. But in terms of these newer laptops, I don't think you can lose with either one. They do stack up pretty similarly, and I don't know, I went with, once again, the looks, and I went with the HP Spectre, so I'm happy with it. So I can happily recommend this to you as a laptop to go for if you're doing the same kind of things that I'm doing with this type of laptop. Oh, one thing I didn't even mention about the Spectre is, and this is with the Lenovo, it's a very key part, is it's one of those 2-in-1 laptops that work also as a tablet. So you can flip it like I did just now and use it as a tablet. So there you go. Still slim in terms of the design. You flip it. It does come with a stylus pen so that you can draw, which was important to me, being an artist and also doing some illustrative work just on my own as a side project. I've been doing some drawings, and you can see right there it lies flat because you can flip it to become a tablet and use it for design or just using it as a tablet. So that was one of the things that I factored into buying this laptop that I should mention, is also if you're an artist, these are great 2-in-1s to use as well. So I also recorded myself as I was opening up the Spectre. I was unboxing it just so you can get a sense of what's in the package. I wanted to just capture that moment as I was just, mesmerized by all the pretty things about the laptop. As I do have shiny penny syndrome, where if I see some sort of technology that's new that comes out, I just want to play with it. I want to use it. I want to see what it can do. I can be a little bit of a product junkie, but this was a necessity. And in terms of comparing the two, as I said before, I recommend the Spectre, but watch me as I unbox it so you can get a better sense of what's in it when you get it. It came in this bigger box right here that you're seeing. The computer was in this box, this black box, and it also came, which is nice, with a sleeve. I mean, call me dated here. Maybe I don't know that these computers now come all sorts of fancy, but this came with the sleeve. And then this teeny tiny baby. This is my new Spectre. It's so pretty, so light. I am never had a computer this tiny whiny in my life. I usually go way too oversized, but I wanted something that's portable, powerful, and that I can easily throw in my bag and take with me. And this is actually the box that it was in. This is the top of the box. So you can see how pretty is that box, the gold and the black. Lots of swag, HP. You are totally swaggerific. Look, that's what we have right there. That's what we have, the Spectre, just like that. And then of course that box was inside of this bigger box right here with a handle that allowed me to carry everything. So I'm just going to back it up so you can see. Warranty information, setup instructions, and this like pamphlet that's really long right here. We'll look at the instructions. Support information, questions about this product. Well, not right now. Put that with warranty. Hang on to setup instructions. Charger here, which is these ports now that are everywhere that Best Buy, their lovely team over there, explained to me how all the ports are changing, which makes sense because the other day it was practically stranded in the wilderness, and my lovely phone that I have has one of these ports, but of course nobody had a charger that could help me. But it's because, what's the name for these doohickeys? And it's that kind of thing that's not a USB. It charges your devices a lot faster, like my cell phone, which is, and then this looks like a candy bar. I don't know. What is this? We'll find out what that is. And then this is the pretty, let me unpack you. Camera died on my trusty camcorder, so it's down to my cell phone, the cell phone that I was holding, which actually has better resolution than my camcorder. So what you're seeing right now is the box, that gold and silver Spectre box that I was showing you before. Just zooming in because you can see it a lot better. This is the sleeve for carrying the device. So I was actually opening it before my camera died, so that's the sleeve right there. You can stick the Spectre right in there. That's that. And then this is the Spectre itself, which is so cute. I know you're not supposed to buy tech because it's cute, but if wherever you can merge form, function, it's a beautiful thing. So this won me over the Lenovo. I know it's pretty sad. The fancy Cantonese decided that I really liked it. Ignore my nails. Okay, so this is the charger, which is really light. You can see that a lot better. Setup instructions are right there. This thing I have to open and figure out what in the world is this, so you can actually figure out what this is. Right now, from what I can see, it's in. And then questions and warranty. Died. Yeah, it's old school, but usually this Canon gets me through, but it just kicked the can right now because it needs to be charged because the battery life is like a zilch. Ooh, Christmas. So this is like an early Christmas for me because I am, voila. I know, total drama. Really nice, so super light. I cannot believe it. This is probably the smallest, no. I had a netbook when it was a thing. So I can't say this is the smallest computer that I've had. And if you're counting your cell phone, then it doesn't count. But this is pretty small, pretty light, and I'm pretty amazed that I even got this. I made the mistake once of buying an HP that had I think the screen was about 17 inch, and because it's so big and bulky, I just
despise using it. I don't despise it. It just doesn't always helps when I'm on the move. It doesn't help. And so it kind of serves more like a desktop. Not to mention I couldn't use it because I just got noticed that it had some sort of spam attack, and so I got to tackle that, and the battery is dead. It's shot. So between those issues, and it's several years old, I decided to upgrade to this one. And one of the defining factors between this and the Lenovo was that the speakers are all here. Here's a speaker track. It's apparently pretty impressive speaker track that's running at the top of here. I was told it was good stuff. So that was a difference. Everything else is basically the same except for the design. You know, I liked the darker gold and black look versus the silver Lenovo. I can't get over how tiny this is and how easy it's going to be to carry it around. I just am concerned. No, I'm not concerned. You know what, they did tell me it's pretty powerful, and it's actually more powerful than my existing computer, so all should be okay with this device.
So for all those reasons that you saw there, I chose to go with the HP Spectre. I'm pretty happy with my choice. It's been about a month, and it's still holding up, and it's still doing the job. So I can comfortably recommend that to you as well. You know, if you have any other questions about the HP Spectre or the Lenovo, or just laptops in general for your services, you doing your branding work, just leave some comments below. I would be more than happy to answer your questions. And if you liked this video, if this was helpful for you, don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and see me next time. Thanks for joining. Bye.